Welcome to all. So in this lecture we are going to discuss our full subtractor design as well as a ripple carry adder and a carry Buckhart adder and parallel subtractor as well as a 4-bit adder and subtractor designs. Okay, so in my previous lecture we have been discussed how to design a half order full adder and half subtractor, and now we'll start with the full subtractor design. So the disadvantage of half subtractor is overcome by full subtractor. Yes, the disadvantages are 2-bit we have used in a half subtractor, and now we are going to use 3-bit. Yes, output is difference and carry. And A is the minihand, B is the subtrahend, and C is the borrow produced by the previous stage. Yes, let me explain. See, 3 inputs, 8 possible combinations, and 2 outputs, difference and borrow out. So let me take one example, that is this is 0 1 0. So 0 1 0, first subtract 0 1, that is first subtract A minus B, one result will come. Okay, from that result minus C. So 0 1, what is the result? We can't be able to subtract, so get the borrow 1 from the next position. So this value becomes 1 0. Now 1 0 minus 1, the value is 1 and the borrow is 1. So the result is 1, and what is C value? It is 1. Sorry, C value is 0. So 1 minus 0, the difference is 1. So this borrow will come here. Borrow is 1, difference is 1. So for 0 1 1 combination, sorry, 0 1 0 combination, difference is 1, borrow is 1. Okay. Similarly, the last combination, let us take the last combination. 1 1. A minus B is 1 1, which is equal to 0. There is no borrow. Now C value is 1, so here 1 will come. So 0 minus 1, we can't be able to subtract, so get the borrow 1 here. So now this 0 becomes 1 0. So 1 0 minus 1, the answer is 1. Already we got a borrow, so borrow is 1. So difference is 1, borrow is 1. Have a look at this. Difference is 1, borrow is 1. In this way, we are going to fill this truth table first. Okay, once truth table is clearly we have drawn, then the rest of the portions, K-map as well as a logical diagram, both are easiest one. So have a look at this K-map simplification. So for difference as well as borrow, we have to K-map simplification, and here we got A XOR B XOR B, as well as here one expression we got it. For these two expressions we can draw the logical diagram. So we know we all are familiar with how to draw the logical diagram. So the logical diagram was okay. And next thing, ripple carry adder. What do you mean by ripple carry adder? So far we have been discussing half order and full order. In half order, 2 values are added, that is A, B is added. In full order, A, B, C is added. If suppose I want to add more than 1 bit, that is if I want to add 1 0 1 0, and again let me take the example 1 0 1 1 0 1. Add these two values. So for these two, I need one adder, and for these two, second bit I need one adder, and for this one I need one adder. So totally I am in need of 3 adders for this. Okay, in earlier some half order we have used AB only single bit and ABC again single bit. But now, if suppose more number of data are coming like this 1 0 1 1 0 is coming, means how to add. So for that purpose only we are going for ripple carry adder. Ripple carry adder means the carry is forwarded to the next position. That is what ripple carry adder. Okay. So ripple carry adder is a combination logic circuit, and it is used for the purpose of adding 2 n-bit binary numbers. Yes, n-bit. We can use n number of bits. Either it is 2-bit or 3-bit or 4-bit, but more than 1 bit. It requires n full adders. Yes. And it is also known as n-bit parallel adder. Yes, we can consider this as a parallel adder also. In mathematics, any two 4-bit binary numbers, that is A0, A1, A2, A3, B0, B1, B2, B3 are added as shown below. See here, while adding two 4-bit numbers. So first this Cin values is equal to 0. This is the initial condition. Okay. So while adding A0, B0, S0 will come as well as carry not will come. This is sum and this is carry. That carry is forwarded to the next position. Okay. This is not our normal addition. See, just add a number of 56 and 65. How to add in normal addition? 6 plus 5, 11. Remaining 1 will come. That 1 will goes to the next position. That is carry will go to the next position. Okay, same concept. Then add this A1, S1, sum 1 will come, carry 1 will be forwarded. Then A2, B2, S2 will come and C2 will be forwarded. And A3, B3, S3 will come and C3 will be forwarded. This is the way we are going to add in triple carrier. Okay. And 4-bit triple carrier design we are going to discuss. And this is the example of a logical diagram for 4-bit triple carrier. So 4-bit we are in need of 4 full adder. 3-bit we are in need of 3 full adder. 5-bit we are in need of 5 full adder. So it depends upon the number of bits, the number of full adder will be increases. For the first full adder, input is Cin as well as inputs are AB, first bits. Okay. That is A0, A1, A2, A3, similarly B0, B1, B2, B3. So first A0, B0 will goes to the first full adder, A1, B1 will goes to the second full adder, A2, B2 will goes to the third full adder, and A3, B3 will goes to the fourth full adder. And each full adder, one output will come S0, S1, S2, S3, and each full adder one carrier will come, that will be forwarded to the next position. So the second full adder will depends upon the previous full adder output, carry output C0. And third full adder will depends upon the previous full adder output C1. And fourth full adder will be depends upon the previous full adder output C2. Okay. So in this way, if any one full adder makes any delay to produce the output, definitely the next full adders will take some more time to produce the output. So this is the main drawback in this 4-bit triple carrier adder. That is, if one full adder, if it is taking 2 seconds to produce the output, and this will take 4 seconds, and this will take 6 seconds, and this will take 8 seconds. Okay, if any one of the full adder is making any delay, definitely the rest of the full adders will produce some delay. This is the main drawback in triple carrier. Okay, let me discuss first. So triple carrier adder works in different stages. Yes, each full adder takes the carry in as the input and produces carry out and some bit as output. Yes, the carry out produced by a full adder serves as a carry in for its adjacent most significant full adder. Yes, here C0 is the output for first full adder. Okay, and C0 is the input for second full adder. So one full adder will give us an output, another full adder will take it as an input. When carry becomes available to the full adder, it activates the full adder. Yes, when once this carry value will reach to the next full adder, then only this full adder will activate. Okay. After full adder becomes activated, it comes into operation. Yes. So this advantages of triple carry adder. So triple carry adder does not allow to use all the full adder simultaneously. Yes, absolutely. Because the carry is coming from the previous full adder output. Wait until the carry bit becomes available. Until the carry bit becomes available. This is the most wanted one. So this increases the propagation time. Yes, definitely. So due to this reason, triple carry adder becomes extremely slow. Yes, yes. This is considered to the biggest disadvantage of using triple carry adder. So to overcome these disadvantages, we are going for carry look ahead adder. Okay. Yes, I hope you guys are understand this triple carry adder concept. Let's move to the carry look ahead adder. So carry look ahead adder is an improved version of the triple carry adder. Here also we are going to add multiple number of bits. Okay, it generates the carry in of each full adder simultaneously without causing any delay. Yes, that is very, very important. No need to wait for the previous full adder output. Here simultaneously the carry in is generated. Let me explain later. the time complexity of carry lookout order is log n. See, this is the logical diagram. See, first full adder, second full adder, third full adder, and fourth full adder. Okay, so this will produce carry output, but for this carry output it won't goes to the next full adder, because for generating this carry output separate one circuit is there. Same A0, B0, C0 as an input, the same A0, B0, C0 is going to given as an input to one combination circuit. This combination circuit now will produce one output, that is what C1. So when this full adder is performing the operation, at the same time this circuit is also performing the operation. So this circuit will produce the output, that output will comes to this full adder as a C input. So no need to wait for the previous full adder output. So this full adder is producing C2 as output, and this circuit is also giving the C2 as a input for this full adder. So all the circuits are working at the same time. So this is what carry look ahead adder. No need to wait for previous full adder. Okay. And these are the working condition. So carry in provided in the beginning. So always known from the beginning. See, this is a concept we already discussed in the previous circle carry order itself. And from here we have, this is the expression for carry to ahead order. C1 is equal to C0, A0, X0 of exclusive of D0 and A0, B0. This is for the 4 carry expressions. And now for simplicity we are going to write Gi is known as carry generated and Pa is known as carry propagated. So Gi, which is equal to Ai, for this terms are replaced by Gi, and this exclusive OR terms are replaced by propagation Pi. Let's rearrange this expression. We'll get, see, C1 is equal to C0, this A0 with B0 is replaced by Pi. Pi means this is P0 and this is G0. Then P1, G1, P2, G2, P3, G3. Okay, and finally this C1, C2, C3, C4 are replaced by, see, first one is C0, P0 plus G0, yes, same one. Second one, it is having C1, right? So C1 already we are having this C0, P0 plus G0. Now substitute this C1 value here, then C2 value here, then C3 value here. So finally we have got the expression of carry look ahead order like this. So G is indicates generated and P is indicate propagated. That's why it is called as carry look ahead generated. Okay. And some of the advantages: each full adder simultaneously and reduce the propagation delay. And disadvantages, and it involves complex hardware. Yes, we are having extra some combinational circuits, so it will take some time to design the circuits. Okay, it costlier and it is complicated. These are some of the disadvantages. So I hope you guys understand how to design full subtractor as well as how to design a ripple carrier and carry with the return. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will discuss about the rest of the combinational circuit examples. Okay. Thank you all.